Okay guys, we just finished up the second walk of the day and found a couple skulls, but nothing with antlers and no sheds. So we struck out 2 times, and I think we're gonna go try to hit one more spot before the day's over. And we've already walked it once, but we're maybe gonna hit a little bit different areas than what we did the last time around. And I think there's been a couple other ones that have still been holding their antlers after we walked through there that might have dropped them now. So we're gonna go give that a shot, and then I think it's gonna start raining here after a little bit. So we'll go and see if we can find something before it gets crappy out, and wish us luck.
Well guys, third spot of the day, and finally are on the board. This doesn't look like it's been chewed up at all, so that's pretty nice. Look at that. Look at this one.
That's a big one.
Not even chewed up.
Like right here too.
Well, that makes us want to walk more and find that other side. Number 1 for this spot. Raelynn, what did I find?
I think this is a buck that we've kind of had on camera throughout the year, and we had a bunch of videos of them fighting another buck several different times over the hay that I put out here. So that hay is up over the next hill over there, so hopefully we can look around a little bit more and find the other shed somewhere. But that's a tank. That's a nice one. Hey, pick up the bone, right? She just walked right past it. There's one laying right there though, right in this grass, right where I figured they would be too. Did you find one? Did you find a bone? This little guy. That one, Raelynn. So speaking of deer that we might know, that's another one that I'm almost certain I saw during bow season, the day before I shot my buck during bow season. Actually, I'll have to look into that one too, but it might be another buck that we know about, a real young one. So it's good though, good to see a couple more sheds after we already walked this once, and it's always nice to see that bucks have probably made it through the winter. Raelynn, do we have a couple? Did we find a couple bones?
Well guys, I don't know if this is one or not. It kind of looks like some tine sticking up. I actually think it is. Pretty buried. Look at that. This is number 3 for the day. It's a little one, but oh yeah.
All right, we just finished up that walk there, and it ended up paying off pretty good. We ended up finding a nice one here off of a buck that I'm pretty sure we know. I found a shed off of a younger buck that I'm pretty sure I have a little bit of history with. I'm sure I got pictures of that deer. There might be a couple that look kind of similar, but I'm pretty sure that one is one that I've had on camera and maybe even seen in person a couple times. So that's cool. And then Kaitlyn found one that looked like it was probably a year old. It was under some grass and stuff, and that just goes to show right there that getting out on these cloudy days, and sometimes if it's a little bit wet, that can be the key to finding some antlers when you're in some thick stuff like that. Because when the sun's shining, there's just way too much contrast to be able to pick the sheds out. And I don't think you would have found that one, Kate, if it would have been sunny. So
No.
we're gonna count that one as a win. Finally, 1 out of 3 anyway today. But probably not gonna get out until, I don't know, it might be a couple weeks before we get out. I got a show next weekend that I'm gonna be at all weekend, so we'll see maybe if I get rained out one of these days and do a little bit of walking. Otherwise, it'll be a couple weeks, but we'll keep you updated. I'm sure we'll find a few more before the year's over. All right, everyone, welcome back. Today we're on some public land here in Iowa, northeast Iowa. It can be definitely a struggle to find sheds on public land. I don't know how this is gonna turn out today, but this little chunk that I'm walking back here, you can see it's a river bottom where I'm at right now. The whole thing's kind of along the upper Iowa River, but it's a super beautiful chunk of public land, and I have found sheds here in the past. Last year I found a really big one in this area. So I don't know if anyone else has walked it. Usually this river freezes and then there's always footprints that come across in the wintertime. And I usually just like to wait until all the snow is like 100% gone, and then I can get out and find the ones that people have missed or the ones off of bucks that dropped late. So right now it's the middle of March and we just lost a whole bunch of snow this week. So I'm gonna get out and walk this, and the river has not really been frozen right here for most of the year. So I'm hoping I'm the first one that's walked a lot of this. Pretty low chance of that, but you never know. We're gonna get out here and give it a shot. Either way, I got to kayak across the river. That's always fun. And now we're gonna go walk this. I know there's a standing cornfield up on the top. They've been doing that the last few years, and that holds a lot of deer in here. And I guess the only other big thing that I want to add is right across the road from where I'm at right now is where some of my target bucks have been living on private land. And I've noticed a lot of really heavy trails that have been coming over here this year. So I'm hoping I can maybe find sheds off of some of my hit listers. If not, just some other ones that I don't know about. But we're gonna get to walking here. We got a lot of ground to cover. Got about 4 hours left in the day. Just got rained out, so it's holding off right now. It's not raining. Hopefully it stays like this. It's absolutely beautiful. These wet, damp, cloudy days are some of the best days to get out and do some shed hunting, especially on public land. You're gonna find the sheds that people are walking past. So let's get out there and see if we can find some public land Iowa giants. Well, I got my first find right here, like 2 minutes into the walk. It's a dead buck. One side's already completely chewed off, and the other side's chewed on a little bit. Just a littler one, but that one's probably been laying here since last year. It's kind of buried in the grass a little bit. But here in Iowa, it's not legal to take the skull without calling for a salvage tag, so we're gonna leave that one here. It's probably not worth taking it. I just realized though there is a big chunk of the main beam or something right there. That's all antler. That's just there's barely anything left of it. It's kind of crazy. Well, we already found something anyway. All right, guys, just found shed antler number 1 of the day. I was up on the field up on top. I could tell there was nothing out there, at least not until the corn. So I decided just to drop down in the woods. And you can see what I'm walking here. There's just a big south-facing slope with a few ditches in it. I spotted a shed. Now, once again, this shed is 100% because of the conditions I have right now. There's absolutely no way I would have seen this. I was 30 yards away from it when I spotted it. The tines are all chewed down, it looks like, right at the base of a tree. And I'm going to show you guys this. There it is. Look at how bright that thing is and how much it stands out. Now, if I'd have been walking way over there, that thing's laying there like that, all dried out, and the sun was shining, I would have walked right past it, probably like someone already has. But we got that one, and that is number 1. Pretty chewed up, but first shed of the day. Hopefully many more to come. That's a good sign though that we got one on this public. So we're gonna keep walking, hopefully add a few more to the total. All right, guys, just found a pretty decent one. I'm walking the corn right now. There's some standing corn and then the cut corn. There's a shed laying right there. Once again, probably could have walked right by that thing, laying tines down like that. That's a nice one though. Heck yeah. Guys, let this just be proof in the pudding. I'm on public land. Middle March right now. It's actually getting towards the end of March, and that thing is laying right out here in the open. So don't think that you need good private land. We've walked really good private stuff and found less sheds than what I found now today, and we're kind of still just getting started. So I'm gonna keep walking and hopefully we can find a bunch more. Hey guys, welcome back. We are continuing our season for shed antler hunting. We're at Kaitlyn's parents right now, and we're gonna just do a little bit of walking. There's still some snow in the north facing hills in the woods, and even where there isn't a lot of snow, it's really icy and just really tough walking. So we're kind of just gonna walk a field, maybe mill around in the woods a little bit today. And we really weren't planning on shed hunting at all, but the dusting of snow that we got last week all kind of melted away, and I think we should be able to find them. So we're going to take Raelynn and do some walking today and kind of cut down on the land that we have to cover next weekend when all the snow should be gone. It'll be a little warmer, and we're going to try to hit the last few of our best spots next weekend. So hopefully we can find some more sheds. It's been a slow year so far. We found some good quality, but let's get out there. There's a bunch of corn up there, so I think there's probably gonna be a shed laying around somewhere. It's just a matter of if we can find it or not. So let's get to walking. What do you think, Raelynn? You ready to find a shed? Yep, we're ready to go. We'll let you know if we find anything. Guys, I just got so freaking lucky. I'm walking this hay strip right along the corn, and the sun's shining, glare off everything, and I looked up into the corn here and I can see a big antler just sticking out like crazy. I caught the white of the main beam just sticking out, but I'm gonna go up and pick this thing up. It looks like a big one. Kaitlyn found a really big one on the other side of the farm, so we'll see if it's the other side. The one she found is all chewed up, but this one looks like it's in perfect shape, and it is big. I'm gonna flip the camera around here and we'll go pick it up. Okay, I'm taking my time and just scanning to see if I see the other side, but it is a tank, an absolute tank, just laying right in the corn. These are the ones that you like to find too. I don't think that's the other side to the one Kaitlyn found. It's built a lot different, but look at that thing. That one would have ruined a tire or two, but holy smokes. Let's go. Look at that. Just an absolute stud. That's so cool to see. This property, for some reason, has never really had a ton of big deer on it, but we've started to find some good sheds on it here the last few years, and we're planning on putting some work into this property, so I'm really excited about the future. That's a buck that might have some really big potential. Man, it just keeps getting better. I just walked past this one here. It looks like it might actually be a year old. Either way, it's buried in the grass, and I walked right past it and didn't even see it. Definitely must be from last year, being under the grass like that. The tines are all chewed up, but that's number 2 for the walk. I'm glad I looked back and caught a glimpse of that thing, or I probably never would have. I would have walked right past it, but things started to look good, and I stopped for a second, started to look around, and there's shed number 2 for me. Man, I'm on a roll, guys. Having an absolute blast. Hopefully Kaitlyn's finding some too. She's walking on the other side of the field, but I'm still just walking this. It's just beautiful shed hunting stuff, and I walked up on this one right here. Hopefully you can see that. I can't really tell what the camera's looking at, but I'm gonna flip it around here and pick it up. There it is, shed number 3 for me. Not a giant one, but got some really good mass on the base. Heck yeah, that's a pretty good shed right there. I'm gonna compare it to this other one here. I just found this one, like I literally just stopped recording. and walked another 10 feet and I found this one. But it's hard to say. I mean, I don't know. That's weird. This one was buried in the grass. This one looks like it was on top of the grass and it wasn't laying here for too long, but who knows? Could be the same buck a year apart too. But either way, we're starting to pile them up. All right, Raelynn just found her first shed all on her own, 100% on her own, in the cornfield. She picked it right up. Did you find one? How did you find that little thing, huh? Did you find one? Good girl. Hey. Good girl. Good girl. Look at that. Raylan's adding to the collection. Did you find it? Did you find a bone? Did you find one in the cornfield?
She's just walking right past it. Raelynn, come here. Raelynn. Raelynn, come here. Get the ball. Oops. I don't know if that would be the other side to Collin's or not, but found another one. Good girl. Good girl. Get the bone. Did you see it? Yeah. Damn, this walk is doing us good. I don't even know what this is. Probably 1, 2, 3, 6th one of the day.